Hey guys, welcome back to JR14. Here I am with another video for you guys today. And as you can see, I'm in my new daily driver. Don't worry about the headliner because we're going to be fixing that very soon on the channel. Not in today's video, but today's video, we're going to actually be changing the shifter. We're actually going to be changing the shift knob in the Accord. So without further ado, let's get started with the video right now. So I have the air conditioner on right now because it's extremely hot today, but here is the shifter. Now, I actually should turn the car off for this and roll the windows down, which is something I should do because I will need to move the shifter in order to do this. All right, so we do have a really good shifter here. It's a stock. This is the OEM shifter that comes on the 4 cylinders. It's a 5-speed. The problem is that once it's a little bit worn, that you can see right here. It's not bad, but it's a little worn. So I'm actually going to be replacing this shift knob with a nice, simple look, nice, I guess it's a nice little bit of it's a nice touch, but it's going to be a better feeling shift knob, and it's going to just look better overall. So without further ado, I'm going to show you how to take this apart and how to get about taking the shift knob off and installing the new one on. So without further ado, let's get started with this video. Now, one thing I did want to mention, now, when I was doing YouTube searches on how to change a shift knob, there are not a lot of videos on how to change a shift knob in a 2007 Accord. So I actually am glad that I'm making this video for you guys. And this video is going to be step-by-step on what shift knob did I get, how to take the old one apart. It's actually very easy to take it apart, and how to install a new one and zip tie the boot so that it looks clean and nice and everything. So okay, so for this install to do upgraded shift knob, you're going to need, obviously, the shift knob. I'm going to open that in a second. You need open wrenches. You're going to need a set of cutters or some scissors to cut the zip tie, and you're going to need a single zip tie. Obviously, I brought them all out just in case if I mess up the first time, and that's for the boot. The nuts here are for the actual adapter and the nut that you need to tighten together so that this can, the new shifter can get on. Can stay on tight on the shaft. But here is, I'm doing this with one hand, so just bear with me. So this here is the shifter itself. It's nice. I found it $9 on Amazon, so I will put a link in this below where, I am an Amazon affiliate, so if you do want this, you will definitely be able to utilize it for yourself. So it does come with this cool shifter. Really nice, by the way, too. I really like the finish on this, matte black with the red in the middle. And also you have the adapter screw that goes, that screws inside, that screws on this, and then you have the locking nut, because you obviously have to make sure that it stays straight so you can have the numbers nice and straight. It's actually really simple to take this apart. All you got to do is look for the sides of this and tilt it sideways and pull down like I just did right there. And then you screw the knob off like so. I'm surprised no one really did this on YouTube because this is really easy. After that, so you have the old knob right here. It's a nice knob. It's comfortable. It's got a nice squishy material. It's not leather, but it looks leather. It's like really like a foam type, but I really don't like it. And now you have to take this collar off. So what you have to do, you have to open this up and this, and you can pull back on the trim in the front like so, like that. Be careful. You can use trim tools too, but you don't have to. There you go. Pull up like that, and you just slip this off, and the whole thing slips off like that. Now you have to get scissors or some type of razor blade to cut the old. This is the old thing that's going to go on this. Well, this is the old thing that actually clips onto the bottom of the shifter here, but we're not going to be utilizing this anymore. We're just going to be utilizing the boot, the locking nut, and the screw and everything else. So I'm going to show you how to do that right now, and we should be good. So let me get to this. Got to cut this off, and then we have to get the locking nuts and everything on, and then we could zip tie the new boot to that, and then just put the knob on, and we should be done. All right, so when you're taking this apart, what you have to do is, like, I got the old zip tie off of here, so I didn't have anything small and sharp enough to get this off, so I just pushed it. I just like reversed this out and just pulled it and pried it from each of the corners, and it popped out. So I have that. If I ever want to go back to stock, I can just cut the zip tie and go back to stock. I didn't want to cut, especially the boot. The boot is in really good shape. I didn't really want to mess with the boot at all. So I tightened the locking nut to where this adapter and this shifter is going to go on straight. So I'll actually demonstrate that right now. So what I'm trying to do here is that you do that, and then if I put the shifter on, if I put the knob on like so, it should be straight when done, like that. So what I did to do this, I basically put both of them on, and I got an open wrench. You're gonna need a 14 millimeter. And I went in here and I tightened this. I tightened them as hard down as I can. And then the bottom nut, I just tightened down to where I can't tighten no more. So that's pretty much how I did it. So now, as far as how I'm going to go about doing this, as you can see, shift is nice and straight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 reverse. And now what I'm going to do is, if you guys can see this right here, I'm going to show you how I'm going to zip tie the boot. Okay. So what I decided to do, I actually put the zip tie underneath the locking nut, which is underneath here. So it's not going to move in place. It can't slide down. It can't slide up. It's nice and tight. So I'm going to cut this real quick. I'm sorry I'm doing all this but with one hand, but that's the wonders of YouTube. Cut that off with one hand. It's somewhere in there. I'm trying to get out. I'll get that out in a minute after I'm finished with the video. But, so now all you have to do is push this down. So now you have this and like that. And now all you have to do, you're going to see the locking nut. It's just, you can't really avoid that, but that's fine just because of the fact that the knob will go on and you actually won't see it that much once you put the knob on like that. And then boom, it's done. Nice and straight. The boot doesn't stretch that much at all. And I mean, it stretches a little bit when you go in reverse. Like it's not that bad actually. There's still some give here. It's not completely bad, but yeah. So that's it. So we're pretty good to go. This is much better in my opinion. Move this over just a little bit. But yeah, I mean, this is really, really clean. I like this a lot. And this is like part one. I think you tell me which looks better. You know, obviously this is going to get cold and hot in the summertime. I'll take precautions for that. But as far as being a sturdy knob, this is much better than this, in my opinion. I feel as if it's a little dated. It's the original one. You know, it's a little gross looking, you know, dead skin and all that on it. So I wanted something a little bit clean in the engine. I mean, in the shift, you know, for the shift knob. It's not bad at all. It's actually looks, you know, really good. I really like the way this looks. You know, it looks really good from top. It feels really good in hand. I like the fact it's smaller. You know, when you shift in gears, like I had to be careful because the car's on, but you know, reverse. It doesn't get loose. It doesn't look like it's going to get loose at all. But yeah, also, if you really are afraid of this getting loose, what I would do is I would recommend putting a little bit of Loctite on the threads, not the red Loctite, blue Loctite, because red, you're really not going to be able to get it off. But yeah, guys, this is the completion of this shift knob. I hope you do like it. This looks kind of cool to me. It doesn't bother me at all. It looks it looks nicer, in my opinion, with this, you know, with this, you know, with the locking nut and everything. And it looks pretty good. I like it. All right. But if you guys did like this video, make sure that you give it a thumbs up, and also make sure that you like, share, and subscribe to JR14. If you like content like this, remember there's a lot of more things like that headliner that we need to do with the Accord first in order to get it right. And I'm excited because there's a lot of different things that we're going to be doing with this Accord to try to make it OEM plus. That's the idea of this build, is to make it OEM plus, bringing it to modern, you know, modern type of feels and vibes as far as like technology and materials and stuff like that, because we already have a good platform to work with. But again, like I said, if you do like this video, give it a thumbs up. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to JR14. And you guys always remember, when we install brand new shift knobs that look so much cleaner in our Accords, you guys always remember that cars are a lifestyle. Take care, guys.